Have you ever looked at the clock wondering where your day went only to realize you've barely checked anything off your to-do list? Or had that 15 minutes of video games turn into 4 hours? For years, I was stuck in the same cycle of laziness and procrastination, watching my dreams and daily goals slip away one unproductive day after another. But over the last 10 years, I have read dozens of books, watched hundreds of videos, and have become completely obsessed with learning how to become productive every single day. And after all that searching, I found that there are really only 5 things that matter when it comes to transforming your day from unproductive to unbelievably efficient. Imagine you're a surfer. When you run into the ocean, the waves start hitting you immediately, over and over again. It's cold, it hurts, and you get sand between your cheeks. Not a great time. But after paddling and pushing through wave after wave, you finally get past the break. All of a sudden, the water is calm and you can swim around effortlessly. This is what it's like to start working on a difficult project. Waves of procrastination, confusion, doubt, and fear stop you from getting started and doing the things that you know are good for you. This internal resistance is the negative feeling you get when you sit down to do work that you don't want to do. But you can hack your brain to get past this internal resistance so you can get to work anyways. So here's a simple hack to make writing an essay as easy as plopping down on the couch and starting up a game of Fortnite. Set clear goals and lower the bar. Most of the time, it's so hard to get started because we don't actually know what we're sitting down to do. Changing "I need to write this entire essay" to "I need to write a 100-word intro for my essay" already gives you a clear goal and lowers the bar for getting started. And before you say, "That's great, but I actually need to write the entire essay," shut up. You're trying to trick yourself here. Specifically, you're trying to trick the version of yourself who doesn't want to do the work. Once you get started, this internal resistance will fade and you can enter a flow state where you'll actually enjoy the work you're doing, and this is what will motivate you to finish. Set clear goals and lower the bar so you can get past that internal resistance and trick your brain into getting started. The Pareto principle states that 80% of outcomes come from 20% of causes. This means that most of what's on your to-do list is probably bullshit. Instead of a massive to-do list, create a must-do list of no more than 3 items per day. These should be tasks that have the most significant impact on your goals or well-being. And by focusing on what's truly important, you direct your energy towards tasks that truly move the needle so you can hit your goals faster. I usually choose 1 task from each pillar of my to-do list. That's health, wealth, and relationships. This could be go to the gym, apply to 10 jobs, and call your parents. If you do these 3 important tasks every day, then you'll always be making progress towards an important part of your life, even if you don't end up completing your entire 25-item to-do list. And if you're not sure which activities will get you closer to your goals, it probably means you don't have very clear goals in the first place, and I would recommend you watch my video on how to set goals that you'd actually follow through on. To maximize your productivity and keep your energy levels high throughout the day, working in sprints or short focused bursts of work is usually the most effective. It helps prevent burnout and keeps your mind fresh and ready to handle complex tasks. And there are a few ways you can do this. The Pomodoro technique is a method that breaks your work down into intervals. They're traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by a short break. Here's how you can apply it. Choose a task you want to work on. Set a timer for 25 minutes and work on the task uninterrupted. When the timer rings, take a 5-minute break. This is 1 Pomodoro. After 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. This technique not only helps with the overwhelming feeling associated with doing large tasks, but also enhances focus and sustains motivation by providing regular scheduled breaks. Another way to work in sprints is by doing something called task batching. This involves grouping similar tasks and knocking out all of them during one focused sprint. This method really helps reduce the time lost to task switch. For example, instead of responding to emails sporadically throughout the day, set aside specific sprints to knock out all of your emails at once. Batching also works well with the Pomodoro method, allowing you to dedicate specific intervals to a particular batch of tasks. To truly excel in deep work and achieve unparalleled productivity, it is essential to curate an environment that fosters intense focus and minimal distractions. Here's how to design both your physical and digital spaces in a way that supports sustained concentration and creative thinking. Some of the physical distractions you might encounter are a cluttered workspace, noise interruptions, interruptions from other people, or even a lack of personal comfort. You can fix a cluttered workspace by keeping your desk and the area around it tidy and organized. Try and reduce the amount of visual clutter in your workspace that can lead to mental clutter. For noise interruptions, it might be worth using some noise-canceling headphones or a white noise app that can help mask some disruptive sounds. And if you can, just leave and go somewhere quieter. To stop interruptions from others, make sure to communicate your deep work schedule so people know not to bother you. You might even want to use a sign on your door to help signal to others that you're in a focused session and don't want to be disturbed. And as far as personal comfort goes, make sure your chair and desk are set up ergonomically to avoid any discomfort that might stop you from working. But there are also the digital distractions that you have to worry about. Email and social media notifications might pull you out of a flow state, so do your best to turn off off these notifications, or even just delete them from your phone for the time being. You should also limit the websites and applications you can use on your computer only to the ones relevant to the task at hand. Use browser extensions or apps like OneSec to stop yourself from getting distracted and scrolling on social media or using apps that aren't relevant to your work. And better yet, just put your phone on airplane mode. In the journey towards peak productivity, it's always helpful to remember what works today may not work tomorrow. Our lives are dynamic, our priorities change, along with our daily tasks and personal circumstances. This is why regular planning, self-assessment, and a willingness to adapt your strategies are crucial for sustained productivity. My most productive days always start the night before. Before you go to bed, set your must-do list, clean your workspace, and prepare for the next day to make it easier for yourself to wake up and start being productive tomorrow. Planning removes the unnecessary decision-making from your morning so you can channel your energy directly into meaningful work. And make sure to take time each week to reflect on your productivity levels, the effectiveness of your current methods, and your overall satisfaction with your progress. Ask yourself which tasks remain consistently incomplete and why. What time of the day am I most productive, and how can I leverage that? Are my goals clear enough to translate into actionable tasks? These questions and other self-assessments can keep you on track, making sure you're not just spinning your wheels and doing things that actually matter. And based on your assessment, be prepared to tweak your strategy for getting work done. This could mean adjusting your must-do list, experimenting with different sprint durations, or even redesigning your deep work environment to better suit your needs. Personally, I think the Pomodoro technique's standard 25-minute intervals are too short, so I sometimes extend them up to around 50 minutes. If certain tasks continually go unfinished, I'll use the Eisenhower method to reassess their priority or break them down even further. When I'm feeling tired, switching to a standing desk or working from a coffee shop can really help energize my focus levels. And if I'm confused about what I should be working on or I'm constantly lacking motivation, it might be time to evaluate and change my long-term goals. By using the P.S.A. method, you make sure your productivity strategies evolve alongside your professional and personal growth. This approach guarantees not just short-term gains in productivity, but a lifelong journey of improvement and satisfaction in your work and accomplishments. These strategies will seriously increase your productivity, but honestly, none of them matter if you don't have the right mindset. How you think and feel about your work, goals, and the challenges you face can dramatically influence your productivity or overall success. Check out this video to learn about the mindsets that changed my life, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Safe travels, see you next time.